betterinus.org to learn more. A message brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Businesses come in all shapes and sizes. Integrity doesn't. For more than a century, the Better Business Bureau has set the standards for how businesses should operate honestly and ethically. So when you're looking for a business you can trust, check to see who's BBB accredited and who isn't. Always choose the better business. Look for the BBB seal because it's looking out for you. That's why it's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Network, as well as a real estate investor. So if anyone's looking to sell their properties, I could purchase them 30 days or less. So super excited to be here this morning, as always, with my guest here, and I'll introduce her shortly. But before we go into introduction, let's go into the coffee itself. What kind of coffee, Cindy, do you like to drink?
Well,
Or do you even drink coffee?
I do. Today I asked for a black, but coffee for me is mainly the place.
Oh, coffee shops?
No.
Or the place? What do you mean the place?
The place where I'm drinking it.
Oh, you like the place?
It has to be at my mom's house.
Really?
Yes, I get to my mom's house and she knows that I like coffee, and there's nothing like a cafecito that she makes for me. So
yeah.
That, I don't know, it just makes me think of home and just the time that I was there when I was younger. So
I love that. So it's nostalgia. Coffee is nostalgia for you.
Yes,
So
definitely.
I think for a lot of Hispanics or any other race, I can't say for other races, but like just coffee for especially Latinos, it's nostalgia for us, right? Like
It's just it's memories of being at home, and she knows how to prepare it. It's just always perfect.
yeah, it feels I can see that. So I actually I love black coffee as well, but I just had an espresso martini non-alcoholic, and it was just like café de olla,
Oh,
cinnamon coffee. I was like, this is just like regular coffee in a martini glass. So
fabulous.
very
Fancy.
interesting. It was fancy. It was a fancy way of drinking café de olla. But so now let's go. Can you give introduce yourself to the listeners, please?
Hello, my name is Cynthia Hernandez. I am a mom of three beautiful children, Michelle, Michael, and Marco. Michelle will be 18 next month, so it's a big milestone that I'm definitely looking forward to.
Nice. And you're also
A runner.
a runner. So, but how many marathons have you done?
This year I'll be completing my 5th Chicago Marathon.
Wow.
Yes. Next month I have a half marathon also, the Naperville Women's Half Marathon. And I'll be turning 50 this year.
Wow.
So, when you're in the running community, how do my beautiful running friends celebrate milestones? By, doing a race. So I will be doing a 50K
Wow.
in November. I mean, and I
50K.
just said it, so now there's no
Now it's
turning-
for sure. There's no turn. Well, how much is a 50K in miles?
In miles, it's about 33, 34, I think.
30
I haven't even looked at it. I just know that I'm doing it.
33, 34 miles.
So I'll be doing the Chicago Marathon, and as they say, that'll be my long run right before it. So I'll be prepared.
Nice. Yeah. Wow. 33, 34. So you've outbeat me. I've only done 2 marathons. So I'm like, I don't think I want to do any more marathons. I think I'm done with that life, but the fact
It's a
that
lot of discipline. It's a lot of commitment.
yes.
It's a lot of miles, definitely.
Yeah, but what I love is that you found your identity. I remember when you were not a runner and now watching you be a runner, and a lot of people don't know that the running world, it's literally there's a whole world for it.
Yes, my
And
goodness, I can't say, I can't even. It's amazing. The running community has done so much for me. I started running with my sisters, and then I started joining the running groups a couple of years ago, and it's my running family now. Hello to everyone out there that has made me feel at home. No runner left behind, as they all say. and they just make me feel so comfortable, and it's beautiful to belong to something. And
Yeah.
then once you get older, you're like, what am I going to do now? And for me to have found that community, it's a blessing.
So what made you sign up? I'm just curious, what made you sign up for your first marathon? Like what was it that you were like, "Yep, I'm going to do the marathon." I know what made me want to do my first one, but I'm curious what made you want to do your first marathon.
The first time I think I heard about was a cousin that had completed it. And again, I've always enjoyed running since I was in school. I've always been an athlete. But something about it said, you know what, this is definitely a challenge that I want to do. And I don't want to go too much into detail because a part of that story will be in the book. But my children were my motivation.
To get into the
Yeah.
into
Yes.
marathon
They're
running?
the ones that, all of a sudden the light bulb kind of turned on and said, you know what, yes, this is something that I want to do.
Yeah. Oh, I like that because I know when I signed up, to my first marathon is because I went to a Chicago marathon and I remember watching the runners and they looked like they were having so much fun. They looked
Oh,
like they were
yes.
having
I
so
mean,
much fun, right?
the race, as they say, is the celebration. The training, that's the part that um is, just to get there.
Yeah. Yeah. I think a lot of people don't realize the discipline that it takes when you get into anything, right? And you're training for something, like that discipline really molds you and shapes you.
No, and the support also. I think that it's mainly the support from the community. And I've definitely received it, not only for them, but also from my family and friends.
Yeah. Now you know more about the running, like literally, like everyone that's listening, there is a whole running world. Like there's multiple run groups throughout Chicago land area. And I remember at one point I had my own group where I
Mhm.
was running with women, and you invited me to like this, what was it? Like joint collaboration of all these running groups. Do you remember
Oh,
that? It was
yes,
like a
yes,
race. And then
yes.
I remember going and there was like 50 running groups there. And I thought to myself, like, oh my God, like there's so many. And it was from all
Yeah,
over
they're from all over.
Chicagoland, the south side, the north side, the suburbs. Everyone had their name. I almost felt like these were gangs. I was like, what is happening here? Where there's like, or sororities, I don't know, however you want to put them, but everyone had their groups, their flags, their signs. I was like, oh, this is legit. This is for real.
Yes, I think up to date in the last 4 years, I've probably been to over 20 different running groups.
Wow.
With some of them with my son in the stroller. So that actually helped me with my training. Going up those hills with them definitely it made me stronger.
Yeah, and I know I'm excited that I have, and you are an athlete. I mean, someone that's done that many marathons. You are still an athlete, even after having kids as a mom, right? You're still out there doing your thing and I still watch you, so I applaud you for that because I think that's amazing. Now, I wanted to just hear more about your story as far as can you share like one of the your most inspiring moments as a runner? Like what was it where you were like, yeah, you know what? I'm officially like a runner. Like this is because I don't think it hit me right away where I was like, yeah, I'm a runner. I'm not a runner anymore, but like what was it where you were like, yeah, I'm a runner?
I think it has to be the first marathon that I ever did. I really didn't know what I was getting myself into. I wasn't part of the running community. I just know that I wanted to do it, that I wanted to finish it. But it was just being around, running with all those athletes around me and looking around and seeing who was running with me too. Moms, grandmothers, younger, um, not too younger,
Every
everyone,
age
every
range
single age.
size.
And I was looking around and I said to myself, I fit here. I
Oh,
don't look like a runner because I've been questioned when I, tell people I'm a runner.
yeah, I hate
I
that.
mean, indirectly, I mean, in a nice way, they've said it. They kind of look at me like, you don't look like a runner.
There's a stigma, and that's what
Yeah.
that would irritate my soul because people always have this in their mind that runners have to look this specific aesthetic, right? Like very thin, Just as you think of like when you're looking at marathon runs, the 3, 4, 5 ones that are right in the front, how
The
their
elite.
body, the elites, right, that can finish a marathon in an hour or like an hour and 50. What is the fastest runner? I forgot. It was like an hour and 50 minutes or something is like the fastest
Under
marathon
two
runner.
hours.
I don't know, something like they do like I don't even know. You guys are nodding. I'm trying to think of the numbers here. But they definitely do like under 4 minutes, right? Like a 4 minute, under 4 minute miles.
I've seen those.
Yeah. So I remember when I did one marathon and I went to McCormick Place in the city and they had the treadmill that you had to run on
I
at the
haven't done those,
speed
but I know.
of the fastest runner. So the treadmill will just start going at that speed. So many people were flying off that thing because they could not keep up like with how fast those runners run. But everyone has that in their mind like this is what a runner's supposed to look like, and that's not true at all.
No, it's something that that I've told myself to be at peace with my pace. I host an event at my home. This year I was fortunate enough to have 20 women at my home, all runners. And I mean, we were talking about running for 6+ hours. Why? Because this is the circle that I'm happy with, that I'm comfortable with. And you would see all of them. And yes, we're all runners, and the support that we get from each other, from running our first mile, from doing just 3 miles. I mean, many of them within the year did their very first 5 miles, half marathon, and marathon. And it's just inspiring stories that they all have, and the energy that's felt in
Yeah.
that room is just amazing. One of my friends, Angie, hello, she got there, and what do we do? You try to get people to do races. They're like, oh, you know what? There's a race, there's a marathon. You want to do it? I was like, no, 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 no. She kept telling everyone. I think that from the 20 women that were there that evening, probably, and I'm more likely thinking that more than half are doing a marathon that she invited us to for
Oh,
next year,
wow.
2027, the All Women's Marathon in New Orleans.
Mm.
At first, I said, no, I'm not going, but
And
you
that
can't help it.
No, and it can become a really expensive hobby being a runner, right? Because now you see people traveling to be runners, so they're going to
Runcations.
yeah, yeah. And it's like I'm gonna go to New York and run. I'm gonna go to Berlin and run. I'm gonna go to Canada and run. I'm like, gosh, like I I love that. I mean, to me, I think I've realized like I've retired. I run, but I retired that part of my life. But running is really what helped me get through my divorce or
Mm.
help me get through my separation or help me get through the depression that I was going through when I was grieving, right? So I think at the end of the day, I remember I would come home and it was quiet in my house. I was like, I'm gonna go for a run and I'll
Mhm.
just get my Dobie. I used to have a Doberman pinscher. Her name was Ruby. And I
Oh,
remember be like, what, let's go for a run. And I'd be out there at midnight with my Doberman, and I loved it because it was like no one
yeah,
would
like
come
you're
near
treating
me.
yourself with
Get I
yourself
mean,
out.
with my dog, and she would keep up. She'd go 8 miles with me. I never
Mhm.
took her past 8 miles, but she would be right next to me the whole that first year I trained for a marathon too. She was with me, and then once she got older, I was like her hip was going out. I was like, I can't take you
Yeah.
out no more.
No, it's crazy. I get home tired from work. You just want to go and sit down. Then all of a sudden, my kids are there because they help me with my younger son to watch them. And I'm like, I'm so tired. And I'm like, oh, you're here. You know what? I'll be right back. I'm going to go run 3, 4, 5 miles. I'm like, didn't you say you were tired? I said, yes, but this is what helps me, de-stress. I love how I feel after a run. It's an accomplishment for that day
It is, and then I think I'm. I don't know about you. Do you prefer running in the cold or in the heat?
in the cold.
Me too. I do.
I
And
learned that with training, you just have to layer.
honestly, you burn more calories for those that didn't know you burn more calories running in the cold
Yes.
because not only are you trying to run, you are also trying to stay warm. So
Yes.
if anyone's trying to burn a lot of calories,
No,
run in the
oh,
winter.
definitely. 2 years ago, with a group of friends, we were running in the cold every single week. We
Yeah.
were meeting at a run, with the running community, and you could just see our eyes,
Mm.
and that was it. But we were fine.
Yeah, no,
We were
yeah.
fine.
You run in all weather.
Yeah, the heat,
All weather.
the heat. I mean, For marathon training, you have to train
It's
early.
horrible.
That's why you wake up at 4:30 in the morning to be ready at 5 to
Yeah,
go run.
to go run early in the
Mhm.
morning before the sun hits. So, do you have any funny stories about any of your trainings?
Oh my
Because
goodness.
I have a lot.
You know what? As long as I have a Coke, I did a 20 miler last
You said a
year.
Coke?
A Coke,
A
Coca
Coke. Okay.
Coca-Cola.
Okay.
Every 5 miles, I drink one,
Oh, really?
and
That's how you got your
yes, but
energy burst.
it was fine finishing my 20 miles. I'm like, "Oh, no, I feel good, but oh man, you know what? Every run is just amazing because I get to see, the running community. So
Yeah. I remember
yeah.
one year during was it COVID? Was it COVID? So I don't know if you remember the fountains weren't working at the lakefront
Oh yeah, I
around
remember
COVID. Like
that.
no one because no one wanted you to drink out of
Mhm.
fountains, right? And I remember I was with someone that was training with and I think we were gonna do, I don't know, maybe something like 13 miles or something like that, right? And I just remember like it started getting really hot and I was getting dehydrated. And I remember like, have you ever experienced where you're about to faint?
Yeah.
You're like, right? So then I just remember it was like probably like already 7 in the morning. It wasn't even it wasn't even where the sun's right above you. And I remember telling Mary, my friend, which you know who she is,
Yeah.
I was like, I'm gonna pass out. I was like, I'm a faint, like right here. Or like if we don't find water or find something for me right now, I'm gonna pass out. And I remember now we're like looking, it was the hardest thing to find a convenience store by the Gold Coast or that early in the morning, no fountains. But and then we still have like a running joke. She'll be like, "But did you die?" I was like, "I did not die, but I felt like I was gonna die."
Oh, I did my first half marathon with you.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. It was during COVID
It was
season.
during COVID, yeah. So for those that didn't know, I used to put runs together for
Mhm.
women too. So we would have like our tags, our medals, and we would just go run. And some had to do 5Ks, some did half marathons. I was always like, I was so excited, like what I was learning with the running that I was like, let me teach other people how to run. And I remember putting calendars together, and I was like, so that's the type of person I am. Like I want to teach what I'm learning as I'm going through, right? Like
And I say yes to everything that you invite me to.
yeah, you do. You do. So I love that. And you said yes to something else that we're probably going to talk about, right? You said something that I'm excited for that I really want you to talk about. What did you recently say yes to me? You always say yes to me, but what did you say yes to me
Oh, when
recently?
I said yes to retreats, to chat, to loss
Oh, weight
challenges,
loss challenges,
so
yeah.
many things. Well, I said yes to being part of something amazing that you invited me to. Um, I mean, oh my goodness,
The
even saying it out loud is
Say it, say it.
I'm going to be
An author.
coming. Yes, an author. It's wow. It's something that maybe I had it in my mind. Maybe it was manifested through something, but for you to have given me that opportunity to say it now, yes, I'm an author. It's a blessing. So thank
Oh.
you very much.
Oh yeah, no, I'm excited because I know, and we'll talk more about the book, but I'm excited because for those that are listening, I'm putting together a book anthology. It's not, it's in the process right now. We have 9 authors that are putting their stories inside this book about their journeys. And I really wanted this book to not only kind of showcase the women and what they're doing, but I really wanted it to be more of a faith based book. I really wanted to really talk more about how women's faith got them through whatever trials or tribulations they've gone through, right? Because you hear all these anthologies out there, like, oh, especially in the Hispanic community, it's like Latin pilots or Latin social workers, or just a bunch of different books, and there's a lot of contributing authors, and they're all about how I got overcame this
Mhm.
by myself, right? And I've done 2 book anthologies prior to this one where it was like everyone's talking about me, how I helped myself, how I got over this. And it's all a good inspiration. All of this is, but I wanted something that was a little bit more faith based. That was my goal. Like, no, we need to do like a faith based. So I love the fact that you said yes, right? that you wanted to be part of this book, that you wanted to share your story. And we're putting together, this week I'll be putting up the website for people to register to be part of, attend the conference that I'm going to be having on May 1st. So I'm excited about that because I get to showcase the authors that are going to be part of the book. What made you decide, like, I know you said you were kind of thinking about it already, but did you always want to be an author?
Well, the inspiration started with you, with my children's aunt, just listening to your story,
Okay.
being an inspiration, seeing you up there speaking. Something about that just told me, you know what? Yes, I want to do that. My sister's an author too. She wrote a children's book about my mom's life in Mexico when she was younger. And to see her achieve that, it's just something big. It's not something small. And now to be able to have given the opportunity, of course, I was going to say yes.
Oh, yeah, no, thank you. I really appreciate the opportunity that you're doing. So, what are we going to expect from you? I haven't read your chapter yet. But what are we going to you could talk a little bit about it. Like what is your goal for putting your story in this book?
When I sat down in front of the computer, I said, it's my story. I think everyone always thinks, what do I have to contribute? And we don't give ourselves enough credit for everything that we do as mothers, as working moms, as a runner. And it's just that it is possible. We have to make the time for it. I would always think that I never had the time. I was always told that I never made time for certain things. But and just believing in ourselves, and not only that, but everyone in my circle, how much they helped me overcome certain things in the running community. Again, everyone supporting me, my family, my mom, my sisters, my children, just always being there for me and supporting me. And at the end of the day, just having the belief, you know what, I can do this. I know that God is looking upon me and is guiding me in this path where I'm going to be okay to support my children and everything that I like to do.
Nice. And that's what got you into the author or writing the story, cuz it's intimidating, right? Being an author is intimidating. Putting your story out there is scary.
Yes.
I think people don't realize because it requires a level of vulnerability to be honest and be like, hey, I'm going to put this story out for a lot of people to read. And now I'm exposing myself. I remember the first time I put my story out there, I was like, oh my God, who's going to read it? What are they going to think about me? Who am I going to fight about this? Right. Because I'm trying to put like something like true to me, still be respectful to some people because I don't want to do too much. Right,
Mhm.
because I know I read some stories that when I was in my first book, and it was like one story I said, "Oh my God, like she went through hell," right? Because she really put her raw truth out there. But I knew that I wanted the purpose of when I put my story in that book. I was like, this is what I want my readers to feel. So we'll take a quick short break, but when we're back, we're going to talk more with Cindy about what her journey is so far and becoming an author. So make sure you guys stay tuned.
With your news flash, I'm Ryan Gatenby. Brought to you by KFC. Republican voters in Illinois have once again chosen former state Senator Darren Bailey as their nominee for governor, giving him a second chance to challenge incumbent Democrat J.B. Pritzker in November. Bailey defeated Ted Dabrowski in the primary. Health officials are urging families to take steps to stay safe at home during National Poison Prevention Week. Millions of cases occur each year, many involving young children. Store medication safely and call Poison Control at 800-222-1222 for help. Lieutenant Governor Juliana Stratton has won Illinois' Democratic primary for Senator Dick Durbin's seat. She defeated Congressman Raja Krishnamurthy and Congresswoman Robin Kelly and will face Republican Don Tracy in November. I'm Ryan Gatenby with your news flash.
Workdays can be unpredictable, but your workwear shouldn't be. With a Cintas Apparel Plus program, you'll have freshly laundered garments for everyone on your team delivered every week. Cintas has workwear for just about any job imaginable, with high-performance fabrics and an uncompromising fit that stretches and moves with you. Don't leave looking and feeling good to chance. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
As a social influencer, my days can be busy. 4 a.m., I hit the gym. 4:32, protein smoothie. 5:08, save time and money bundling my home and auto insurance with Progressive. Wait, if I bundle and save time, what would I do then? Just sit here and reflect? Like, why am I qualified to influence anyone? And how those weights are hollow? And half of my followers are bots.
You could save time and money bundling your home and auto when you switch to Progressive. It's one less thing to worry about during your already busy day. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
At Britain's Touchless Car Wash, they know life gets busy. That's why they're here 24/7 to keep your car looking spotless, fast, and easy. Their advanced brush-free wash technology delivers a sparkling clean without a single scratch, because they treat your car like it's their own. Here's the best part. Right now, you can get a free car wash just for joining their text club. It's simple. Just text BRITT to 30400, and your first wash is on them. Britain's Touchless Car Wash has two convenient locations, 1923 Larkin Avenue in Elgin and 555 Willow in West Dundee. They're proud to keep your car clean while giving back to our community. Text BRITT to 30400. That's BRITT to 30400 now for your free car wash, and see why Britain's Touchless Car Wash is the fast, gentle, and reliable choice.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast, brought to you by Rain-X, America's #1 wiper blade. Today, a chance of snow with partly sunny skies and a high near 40. Tonight, scattered rain showers, mostly cloudy with a low around 32. Looking ahead to Thursday, scattered rain showers are likely, partly sunny with a high near 52. Currently, it's 26 and overcast. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
Workdays can be unpredictable, but your workwear shouldn't be. With a Cintas Apparel Plus program, you'll have freshly laundered garments for everyone on your team delivered every week. Cintas has workwear for just about any job imaginable, with high-performance fabrics and an uncompromising fit that stretches and moves with you. Don't leave looking and feeling good to chance. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Okay, we are back live. You are watching and listening to the Wise Coffee Chat Show on WRMN 1410. You can learn more about WRMN 1410 at WRMN1410.com. Go there to learn more about the programming and their shows there. And this is the Wise Coffee Chat Show. So we're here right now talking to Cynthia, and we've been talking about her running journey, and we've been talking about everything that, now that she's going to be an author, which is super exciting, right? And her story. And she's a 4-time marathon runner. So like, you guys, that's probably one of the first marathon I almost died. No, I didn't. But I mean, the thought of 4, right? And at one point I was like, I want to do another, but I was like, you know what? There's so much time and dedication to be a marathon runner, right? How many hours would you say when you are really training for a marathon? How many hours do you dedicate to that per week?
Oh wow, that's hard. Never thought about that way. But you're training every day. Have your rest days, but even in your rest days,
You're doing another exercise, right? For another muscle group.
yeah, you're doing something else. I mean, again, it's just commitment.
Yeah.
Commitment. And of course, you have good years and your bad years. Last year, I was injured. So I injured my back.
Mhm.
So I can't say that I had a good training, but I completed the marathon. And at the end of the day,
That's
what
what
matters.
counts when you
Yeah.
complete. I remember the first year I finished my marathon, my body went into shock. Like I will never forget that I busted in a fever that night. Like and then I realized like that's your body going into shock. So I knew like, oh, when I did the second one, I was like aspirin. I was ready
You
for it.
were
I was
ready.
like, if my body's, yeah, I got my gels. I had my sister was ready to take care of me, and I was like, okay, when I do the second one, like I need the ice baths. I need. She had some electric shock thing for my muscles. She was like, what do you want to eat? Like I'm gonna have everything ready for you. It was like because the first year when you run the marathon, right? You don't know. You don't know what
You don't know what you're getting yourself into.
have no clue. You're like clueless going into this, right? So I remember like, let me just do it and it's gonna be great. No, it was like sheer needle pain going through my body when I finished running the first one. And I just remember that evening I went into a fever and knocked out on the couch. And I was like, someone said, your body went into shock. Like
Yeah, it
that's
does.
literally what
It
happened.
does.
I said, "Oh wow, I didn't realize." But what I love about running, not that I'm trying to convince anyone to become a runner, but okay, we are. Well, that's your life. So yeah, so I think what I love about running for me was that your mind is stronger than you think.
Oh, definitely.
Like your body will move and continue to move even if you might feel like I can't go anymore, but like your mind really will push it to go that extra mile or fight that extra whatever you're going through at that moment. And you'd be surprised, like, and then pain, like we're trained to go through pain, like run with the pain, right? Like
Yes, I mean, I was injured I told my
you
sister,
still ran it.
Let's see how injured I am. Let me try and go run."
Yeah.
No, but it's true. Even while I was doing the training, I went with a friend by the lake and started running, going for what, maybe 8, 10 miles, and you feel good. You're out 4 miles and 5 miles, and we kind of look at each other. Are you fine to run? Like, yeah, let's do another one. Then another one. We ended up with 16 miles
Oh,
that
wow.
day. You
Like
know,
that's nothing.
I mean, at an easy pace, obviously, taking breaks, listening to your body, because that's something that I definitely do. And I know when to just take it easy. I fell a couple of weeks ago and I hurt my knees. So no running for me. I learned. I have
Mm.
a race this Sunday. It's the Shamrock Shuffle.
Oh, the
That is the
shamrock.
8K.
Hmm.
Yes, I'll be doing, wow, this year it's going to be my started doing it in 2012 and I only missed 2 years. I'll be
So
doing my
10 to
13th, 14th.
who's doing math? Like who's doing math?
Oh yeah, but yeah, I'm ready. I'm excited. And once you're there, you just feed off of everyone's
Yeah,
energy.
there's a great energy.
And I'm going at my own pace. And
Yeah, it's not a competition. And what I remember, even when I've done different runs, like you see people crying at the end
it's
of the. It's
emotional.
so emotional. I won't forget. Like this young girl was running, and I'm running next to her because then all of a sudden you find your little clique, like when you're running, and you don't even know these people, but you stay with them the whole time, and you're
Like,
like,
I'm gonna follow you
I'm like,
the
I'm gonna
whole way.
follow you, right? Like just follow the purple with the purple shorts or whatever, right? Just you keep up with that person. But I remember there was this young lady, I don't know, she must have been like 21 or 22, and she started crying. And I remember her dad like came from the corner and started running with her and hugging her, like, you can do it. And it must have been like mile, I don't know, 24 or something. And she had like 2 miles left, but she was breaking down. And like I'm watching this emotion, like crying with her, like, you got this. I'm sitting there like I want to tell her, but she's a complete stranger, right? But you'd be surprised how you motivate each other,
Yes.
even random strangers, right? I mean, and people don't realize that that marathon, people from all over the world come to run that run. Like I remember like people that couldn't even speak English, they're running and they're trying to figure out like which bathroom can I use, right? I remember there was like a elderly Chinese man and he couldn't speak the language and he didn't know like that single file line. He did, so people were kind of like trying to direct them, but like the running community is so supportive,
Oh yes,
you
no,
know?
I volunteered a couple of years ago at the expo,
Oh
and
yeah.
just meeting all these people. You're so excited to talk to them, where they're coming from, and when you're giving them their bib, on the screen it shows their flag of where they're from. Like, wow, there's people from
Oh,
all over
that's
the
super
world.
cool. I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
for the volunteers,
So
for the
you
group.
know what countries they're coming
Hmm.
from? That's pretty cool.
No, the expo for the marathon's amazing. Before you get to the booth where you're supposed your number, you already know who's coming. So you're like, oh hi, Jennifer, how are you? They're like, how do you know my name? Because you're expecting them when they do their check-in. But that was very nice. It was the first time that I did it, and definitely something that I want to do again.
Yeah, that sounds pretty cool to actually I wouldn't do it, but I think it sounds really
No,
cool, right?
volunteering, as much as I like running, I also like volunteering.
That's
Just
good.
going and cheering for them, especially when I know the runners.
Yeah, that's fun.
Last year, I volunteered and I was handing out the medals. So it
Oh, that's
feels amazing.
emotion.
Oh,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah. So it's a party. Like I remember I've gone to support you the years I wouldn't run. I'm like, I gotta go and support Cindy, right?
You
So
were my first hug
yeah,
for the marathon, and I was so emotional after I saw you.
you were definitely I was like, there she is. Like I was trying to find you, like where, trying to find amongst the all the people. But I won't forget like around Pilsen. Man, like talk about Mexicans, right? Like they were partying. Like I
Yes,
remember
yes,
like you get fed food, you get given beer, you get given alcohol as a runner, right? Like
oh,
you're you
everything.
get candy. Like people are just like so I always want to go and cheer on and like kind of pump up
Oh
runners and
yeah,
just
the cheering is
y-
amazing.
yeah, I remember I don't know what I had, but I think I had a microphone. I think I took my microphone and I was just yelling at people like while they were running by me, and it was just fun. Like people appreciate it because there's people there like from other countries that have nobody cheering for them.
Well, the first year that I did it, I didn't know anyone. I was a newbie. But funny story for that year, I'm running and I was sad because my friends tried to find me, but they couldn't. And I was running around. I was by Boys Town, I remember, and I saw someone holding a sign that said Cynthia, and I was like, oh, that's so nice. They're here cheering for someone whose name is Cynthia. And I look up. Never in my wildest dreams would I have thought it was the person that I saw in front of me.
Oh,
It was my therapist.
wow, that's
She knew
awesome.
how important that was for me, and just to have seen her there, it was just so nice. At the end of the race, I did find my sister, and during other marathons too, my mom. Oh, seeing my mom a couple of years ago was just it was so nice.
Yeah.
I think she understood what I do. Now seeing my sister, just those hugs, the embraces, that I'm a hugger. I hug everybody, even my family knows that I'm the hugger. But it's transmitting that energy just to continue going, because it's not easy. I mean, we
No, it's
struggle in
not.
each one.
No, it's not. So if anyone has a runner in their life,
Go support
go
them.
support them please because it's sometimes detrimental to their mental to their mental health. But I think I commend you because I've watched you and you're like fifth marathon, a ultra marathon, like that is badass. Like honestly,
Thank
like
you.
that is so impressive, and I think it requires you to be a different animal. Honestly, like to be that type of person. Like honestly, and I've told this to people all the time, just run a marathon, please. Just run it one time, just do it once just so you can experience what it feels like because I remember I felt like I could take over the world
Oh,
when I
definitely.
finished the first one. I was like, man, if I could do this,
Mhm.
I could do anything, right? And that realization came to me when my sister was having a surgery at Rush Hospital. We were like on, I don't know, Rush Hospital is that tall building, by UIC. I feel like maybe we were like on the 20th floor. I don't even remember what floor we were on, but we were on one of the higher floors. And I remember kind of staring at the horizon of the city that I saw was like, oh my God, Jennifer, you ran all of this, you know? And I remember at that moment, I was like, I'm invincible. Like, and of course, you're not really invincible, but for a second, I was like, if I could do that,
Hmm.
what can I not do? So like my level of confidence shot up after that. And of course, like the benefits, you lose weight, you feel healthier. It's true, like you can't eat certain things and train the next day. Like your body be like, nah, you ate pizza. You can't run right now. Like,
Yeah,
like,
last marathon I ran with a stomach flu. I shouldn't
oh,
have,
oh
but I
no.
did. I was very sick, but I told myself, did it 3 times already.
You could do it. This is
I
nothing.
was dying halfway. I couldn't even stand up
With a
straight.
stomach flu, you ran. Look at that dedication to run a marathon, right? So I mean, but that requires a certain mindset, and that's what I want to like people to understand. Like when you
Hmm.
get into stuff like this or any type of training, like lifting or you're training for some sort of event, like I kind of want to do the God bless you. I want to do the high rocks, right? Like I want to try high rocks now. So it's like want to see what that feels like and I want to experience that that type of training or competition. I don't think I would ever want to do what's the one with the swimming. I don't think I want to do that one. Like I can I swim it, sure. Can I ride bike, yeah, but it doesn't
I've
seem
done an indoor try.
the
Yeah,
indoor.
yeah, I've done that
Oh,
before.
triathlon.
Yeah.
Yeah, the triath. Nah, that doesn't even appeal to me. I was like, I don't even want to do that. That gear, putting on the gear just looks like heavy, you know?
That's a different commitment.
That
Yeah, that I don't think I
yeah,
have a lot of friends have done it, and I salute them. But well, I'm not gonna say I won't because I
you
always
might. You might
I,
be like, yeah, I'll do it later. Yeah, whatever.
yeah.
I did an ultra marathon. Why not? What's the next highest thing after an ultra marathon?
Goodness, I have two friends actually that are going to do 100 miles.
100 miles? Wow. Can you
That is
imagine?
Arlene Denise. Hello,
So
yes.
from here to Aurora and back is 80 miles. So, like, right? So I remember because I used to do my mileage when I used to work and I used to travel over there all the time. So it's 40 miles to Aurora, 40 miles back. And you're doing 50 miles? No,
No,
50.
no, no,
No,
no,
you're
50K.
50K, but that's
I know.
30.
I always, whenever I want to drive somewhere, I'm like, oh wow, I've actually ran this
Yeah, yeah,
distance.
this you run this distance. Yeah. There's some like you definitely I feel like I dealt with some demons running. Right? Like dealing with some things while I'm running, you
Well,
know?
most of the time I run without music,
Just your thoughts.
just my thoughts.
That's
That's it.
powerful.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that can't be with their thoughts. There's a lot of people that need some sort of music
Mhm.
or noise to drown their thinking. And I think your greatest power, and this is just my opinion, is when you can be silent with yourself. And that's when you know you don't need anybody.
I focus on everything around me, everyone that I see. Whenever I just want to take in your surroundings, everything about you, and I don't know. I enjoy it.
You enjoy
I enjoy my
your
own
thoughts.
company.
That's good though. We should enjoy our own company. I'm telling you, like I love being by myself and thinking. Like, go away. I don't want you by me. Like I want to go think. I just right? Like I tell my kids like I'm gonna go for a run or I'm gonna go for a walk or I like to lift and just think just I process. This is how I'm processing things, right? But I know at one point in my life I hated being alone with my own thoughts.
I guess it depends the chapter you're going through in your life too. But running actually the last couple of months helped me for the book because I was running and I was thinking, okay, what's my story going to be? So on a lot of those runs that I was doing, I wasn't doing any races the last couple of months, but that's what I was doing, just thinking and actually speaking what I was thinking.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
makes sense.
No, no, absolutely.
When I was running, so I was thinking, okay, I'm gonna talk about this, and what am I gonna, how am I gonna put it in words? Because it's different, right? When you're conversating with someone and then actually putting it in words, it wasn't that easy. It was definitely a big challenge to put all of my thoughts into words.
But you got it. You did
Yeah.
it and you submitted it. And now you're working with the editors on editing that content, which is powerful. You know, what has been the biggest challenge for you becoming an author? Like like what has so far been the biggest challenge for you?
When I was in the beginning, I told myself, I have nothing to say. What's gonna be appealing to the readers? Then once you just start typing, you start typing, and it's funny because at the end I'm like, oh, I went over my the word
Your
counts.
word count.
Like now I have to delete things because each of us have so much to contribute.
Yeah.
We just don't realize it at the moment.
Oh
We
wow.
are all interesting. I mean, one book wouldn't be enough, I think, for every person to talk about their life. We just It's just different when you lay it down on a paper and a timeline of
Yeah.
your life. And you're like, oh my goodness, I could talk about 2021, three different books. It's just putting all the thoughts together and just highlighting some of them, the ones that I wanted to talk about. And for me, it was mainly focusing on the positive.
And the
That I learned.
positive.
On
That's
the
what
positive.
that's good. That's good. I think you're right, right? The I mean, just putting yourself out there is vulnerable. And when you have lived a life, whether it's been an easy life or a difficult life, everyone has a story
Hmm.
to share. And you never know who you're going to impact when you're sharing your story, right? Like,
Yes.
I remember like when I put my story the first time out there in the first book that I did, it was Today's Inspired Latina Volume 4. And I remember talking about it, and people were coming up to me like, your story was so inspirational. And I was like, really? For a second, I was like, was it? Right? Because you just feel like, it's my
Well, I
story, right?
remember I was there.
I know, but in my mind, I'm like, is it really that impactful? But then when you see people like that inspired me, that moved me, and then you're like, well, maybe this is the path that I'm supposed to be on. I am supposed to share my story. And I guess sometimes people feel like, well, I haven't gone through that much trauma, or I haven't gone through situations that are going to inspire people. I say pain is pain. Like, the right people that it's gonna attract, or that maybe that story's gonna minister to them or help them in whatever way, doesn't matter, right? Your level of situations or pain, like someone might have lost a child, right? And or someone might have just gone through a divorce. At the end of the day, pain is pain. Like, it doesn't make someone not as valid as the other person, right? Like, you still went through something, and someone needs to hear your story.
Definitely.
So for you, I mean, you're sharing your story and you're putting yourself out there, and if in a little bit, just from what I know your story is going to be about, it's like you finding your identity.
Yes, because you know, being. I had so many different categories in my life, and just focusing on one of them, and coming to realize that yes, I matter. Yes, I have a voice. Yes, I'm someone. Yes, I represent something to someone. Like you said, if you make the difference with one person, that's
That's enough.
that's enough.
If you could change one person's life,
Hmm.
that's it. That right there is a win. When I would put events together and I would be like, you know what, as long as one person comes and gets something out of this, I'm happy. Right? I don't care. Like, if I feel like one person, if I know that what I just shared is going to change the trajectory of that person's life, I'm winning. Like, I'm doing what God's called me to do, right? Like, and sometimes and I have to remind myself, because I am humble. Like, you are a badass. Like, you do amazing
We don't give
things. We don't give ourselves,
ourselves
we
enough
don't.
credit.
So your journey, your story, watching you is so inspirational to so many people, right? And to you, you might be like, it's just me running, right? But we're humble. We're
Yeah.
humble. But to someone else, they're like, oh my God, I want to be like you when I grow up, right? Because you did use running. You've built a running community. I've seen, like, you are in your zone with your runners. You like going and watching you, right? Totally a win, change one person's mind. Yes, Carlos. So I'm just looking at the messages online. So, but for those that are watching, we're just going over the story with Cynthia about her running journey, and now that she's going to be an author, what does that mean to her, right? So, but I just appreciate you sharing this with us today, because you never know who you're impacting, right? You never know. So, now that you're, going to be an author, what are you looking forward to in this journey?
So everything goes back to running because that's where I found myself. That's where I said, this is me. This is where I belong. Just inspiring people to go out there. Um, Everyone is comfortable with a small circle of people around their life that matter a lot. But for me, broughten it up. I love meeting new people. I love inviting everyone. You want to go to a race, just going out there. Even one of your students, I just right now, I'm telling them, you know what, Sunday you could go cheer downtown if
Who
you
wants
want.
to go? Who wants to go to already go to the Shamrock and go
Yeah,
support?
no, it's the exercise. It's just the feeling of again belonging to something, just having everyone just cheer you on for everything that you do. If you do 1 mile, 2 miles, 3 miles, I mean, I've had friends that I didn't even know. They were strangers at the moment, cheering them for the very first 5 miles. Then all of a sudden, I'm cheering them for their half, for their full. So that's, like you said, that's my zone. That's what
That's
I
your thing.
enjoy.
So if someone wants to get into this running club, or they want to start running, where would they go reach out to you? Like, where can they find you?
You can find me on social media. Just ask me. There's running communities every single day. There's so many
Everywhere too.
everywhere too.
Everywhere, literally.
Yes, go meet different people. It's so welcoming, and I'm so grateful to have found each of 'em. I won't even start naming them because there's so many of them. But I'm so thankful for all of them.
So Cynthia Hernandez, you can find on social media, right? Cynthia Hernandez. If you guys want to learn more about the running community, you want to learn more about the Wise book that we're putting out May 1st. Follow me. Make sure I'll put the link up so you guys can register May 1st. It's Wise Women in, what is it? Wise Women Empower Women. I don't even remember my own book name, but thank you so much for everyone that watched with us. Thank you, Cynthia, for being on with me and just sharing your story, and everyone watching and listening. I really appreciate this, but make sure for May 1st, save the date. May 1st, Women's Conference book launch at Chicago Theater Works, which is in the Wrigleyville area. We're going to be there all day. We're going to have amazing speakers. We're going to have panelists. So I'm really excited for this. So make sure you follow me and follow WRMN 1410 so that you guys can learn more about their programming. And yeah, have a great rest of your day. God bless you guys. Bye.
You know what it is.